Glenn Ray for this week's cattle market report out of Echuca on the 16th of July. A lot less yarding today, just under 1,100 cattle total. Previous week's yarding was close to 1,800. Today comprised of 450 export cattle, 550 trade and around 100 store cattle. Market was exceptionally dear. We did have a pen of grain-fed cows. They're only medium frame cows. They weren't anything special. They had a bit of shape and a bit of quality about them. They topped the market at 400.2 cents. I did see some good runs of bullocks there. Once again, they were big, they were heavy, they were finished, but they weren't your good runs of straight black bullocks. So Charolais cross, but they made out to 420. There was a couple there made 430 cents. But we get into the trade cattle. That was very, very solid indeed. Trade cattle, we got up to 500 cents today. Had to come back with a comeback bid of 498.2, so we didn't get to write the $5 in the book, but that was for good Charolais steers. They were around 520 kilos, been on grain for 90 days, and they had a fair bit of shape. That consignment of cattle actually, which were cattle that were bought in and fed on grain, averaged 472 cents, so it was very pleasing. That was a good mix of steers and heifers, so they sold well. Get back into the export run with the cows. Well, as I mentioned, the best end of the cows made that $4, but majority of good beef cows were ranging from 370 up to 390 cents. Get back into the medium runs of cows, they were 320 to 350. Look, most cows are making over $3. Even getting into our chopper run, we did see a good pen of Frisians there make 340 cents. You step back in grade on your chopper cows, they were 316, 320, and very, very light cows, like light Jersey cows, they were back to $2.50, but geez, it didn't have to be much of a cow to make over $3, that's for sure. Feeder cattle, there's very few of them there. Normally we have some pretty good lines of some good feeder cattle, but not today. But anything that's half resembled one was still making 450, 460 cents for a black steer, and a black heifer was making anywhere from 380 to 420 cents. But overall, the market's got a fair bit of punch in, and it's ticking along pretty well. So it'll be interesting to see where these heavy cattle go, because they're certainly chasing them, and the grain-fed, well-finished trade cattle, well, yeah, we might start to see consistent sort of prices getting $5 and north of there, because they're getting very hard to find. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Just watch this space over the next 2 to 4 to 6 weeks and see where the cattle market moves to. But at the moment at Echuca, it was very, very strong indeed. For this week's cattle market report, that's all from McKee McGregor. Thank you.